And we are live. What's up, y'all? We got another evaluation session, trading session at the NQ. June 2024 contract. We are down, drawdown. Disclaimer, the content presented in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views and opinions expressed are solely those of the creator and should not be construed as financial advice. The creator does not sell any products or services, nor is affiliated with any of the trading platforms or tools mentioned. Trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. It is important to conduct your own research or consult with a professional before making any investment decisions. The creator assumes no responsibility for any losses or damages arising from the use of this content. So let's take a look at the 1 hour chart first. See if we had any. So we've been going up in the past few hours. So we reached the bottom here at the, so this is yesterday at 11 a.m. So let's mark that zone there. And then it broke the high here of this low. So sometimes price will get back to an area where it pushed up and pushed down from there. We did get a little bit of action. This is a 1 hour. So let's see how much. 167, 139. You know, a little less than 20 points. Maybe a little more. So this is 41 and 68. Yeah, so there was a reaction from this area here of the low here. Price pushed higher, went back to the 50% of the imbalance that was left, but there was no imbalance left there. Pushed up. There we have a big part here, an imbalance that might be interesting to us. Price just kept pushing higher. Big wick for a 1 hour day. 1 hour. So this is the opening, almost the opening of the market. The market really opened. Yeah, around here. And we've been going up since the market opened, pretty much. So let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. We got this area here, that's the bottom. This also is an important area here, a little more precise. Yeah, because that's the high. This little swing up to the upside created a high after the low and then broke structure. And when price traded up, it traded up kind of abruptly. So a huge S&D zone left here. So very likely that price will come back here later, like way later. Maybe we can break all of the highs. Maybe this is a flip of the downside. Although we are bullish, of course, there has been some indications that price might trade lower, or that the range is getting kind of bigger. So this is an area to watch out for. Maybe price will come to, maybe, let's see, let's count this one here. Yeah, I mean, somewhere in this area. Also this one here. You know what I mean? And then we got this low for sure. We're gonna pay attention to that. We're running the high here. We're headed for this one. This area could give us a reaction. And if we move this back, let's see, right there. We got to tap into the area when price was trading higher from our origin, then broke the structure, left a huge imbalance. Price went down, came back, mitigated about 50% of the swing point, especially if you count this area here. From here to here, this big swing up, and then you take about 50% of that. Right there's 50%. So price never did make it all the way there to this unmitigated area, but definitely went around the 50% area of the whole swing point from this low to this high. And then, of course, if we want to get more specific as to how high we think price might go, then we'll take, let's see, we could take basically this right here, this whole range. Oh, come on. Right there. So this high, this low, and then 50% of that. We definitely came back to this area. And as you can see, this is where price traded way lower, like going into the previous zone, the 50% of this. So definitely went down lower than one might think, because it almost didn't run this high, this low here. Let's see. No, it didn't run the low. The low's right there. Price didn't run the low. Started trading higher, broke the highs, but not before getting a reaction from this specific zone. 50%, I would say, you know, if that wasn't 50, it was a lot more. But if we had been in this area trading, which is, you know, 1 p.m., we don't really usually trade at this time, but if we had been, then you can see signs that price might go low, but you're only going to a quick scalp because we haven't run the highs. here. We didn't run these highs. So you take a quick scalp down, or a few, or whatever, just trade down for a bit, but make sure that you maybe think of trading up, especially with this big wick. That's 30 minutes, so like a 15-minute wick. And then price never traded lower, broke the highs, now traded lower, this swing, I don't know, this is interesting here, like there's a lot of action there. I like to pay attention to these big candles that are a little bit out of the ordinary. So you can see there's so many little candles than big candles. So the high and the low is interesting to me. Maybe we can actually set a zone there. But I don't really know what that means. It just might be a range, right? They're a big range. Let's make this a little more clear. Oh, I don't know what happened there. All right. Let's take a look at the 10-minute chart. Yeah, definitely this is an area where price could start coming down again, at least for a little bit. We're not looking for any major flips or anything today. The trend might just keep going up. If we see a reversal before hitting the highs, that's fine. We'll stop trading. Maybe take a look at going down, but first we're gonna make sure that it's a flip of structure, because this run of this high and this one here, that's a big move. So we might expect price to keep pushing higher, especially over the weekend. Everything was a bit down on the market, but early Monday some things recuperated. You can see there's a little more green today on the individual stocks of the Nasdaq. So what we can maybe expect is some rejections here, but then we might look to trade up with the trend. Well, we're looking for quick scalps. This might be a shorter broadcast. Might, because I'm going to try to make quicker scalps instead of waiting too long to make a move. I might just go with more. Since I'm going for only 5 points, let's just go with my instinct a little more. My rules, which I should put up. Let's see. All right. Says that I can do maximum 350 drawdown per day, but I don't want to do 350. I think it's too much, especially we're not even up yet. We're We love being in this area of balance for some reason. We might get up again like we did last time we were in this scenario on the preparation. Make sure you watch it if you haven't. Check out the playlist. I don't know if I have any more schematics for this, but we're definitely going to pay attention to all of that. For now, though, I am going to switch my platform here. Okay. So I'm going to open the 1 minute here. Basically trending up. And then okay. So on the 1 minute chart, let's see if there's an area to the left that we can pay attention to. Definitely. Actually, this is not the chart I should be. Well, yeah, we can do this. All right. So this point, I like this point. Look at all the action that we have in this specific low here of this range. You can see price making wicks and then breaking, making wicks, more wicks, breaking, almost tapping it. So I like this low for now. So this area here is going to be interesting to see if we get a lot of action from here. I have a gut feeling that if we do get more reactions, it would be more from here. Maybe this area here, this low and this high. And then we'll mark 50% of those areas just to have a kind of an idea of where the 50% of each range is. And then we'll see if we can find wow. Well, definitely this line here. It's interesting too. Getting some runs, but a lot of wicks. And this candle in particular really close right at that line, and then opened higher, closed, broke, and then again, you know, in this zone here. So these two are interesting areas for us to watch for. Right now, we're about to enter this 50% area, so this fractal might give us something, maybe up, maybe down, but we're thinking up right now. We're not thinking down. Even though the trend right now is going down, we might break some lows, but we see if we can get a scalp up once we have a more determined range. And look, these two 50% areas gave us a low and a high, pretty much of a range that's happening at the moment, just from checking the areas to the left. So here we have this not being mitigated, you know, so there's definitely a lot of mitigation going on here on this S&D zone. But maybe what we can look for is this range here, this high, this low, 50% of this, somewhere around here, we have another range. Let's see. So the break was not here, actually, it was all the way here. This was the break. So definitely where we are, very interesting. But lower than that, we have this high and this low put in, because we haven't tapped back into this S&D zone here. So our range just got a lot bigger from our perspective. So we're going to take this to this. Yeah. And then 50% of that will be around here. So we're thinking price is going to go all the way down here, because there's a S&D zone left unmitigated here. Price never came down here. It did mitigate this area here, but then traded higher, and this was left untouched as price went up. So now price might either come back here before pushing higher, or it could stay here in this range, maybe trade higher, and then eventually come down lower. There's more areas, if we really look, that were left unmitigated, like this one here and this one here. Well, this one kind of was mitigated. This one not so much. Right here, price traded higher and kept going up. So very likely that this is a range right here, and then we trade higher, maybe not even coming back here. But if we do see signs of it coming down here, we'll expect again price to push up from here. But we're not going to trade to the downside yet unless we were higher, and we're not going to trade to the upside until we are lower. But this might be as low as it gets for our specific 5-point strategy. We're just trying to extract 5 points. So a push up from one of these areas here might be the move. And I'm checking the 10-second chart on my end, see if I can look for opportunities. We're definitely, we might consider being at the bottom of this range from this high to the, actually, it would be from, no, never mind. I would probably consider the range to be, okay, I need new lines. Maybe this high, wait, where was it? Yeah, this high, and this low. Which is exactly where we are. This might be the range to trade up from, because this was pretty much, this has to be mitigated pretty much, because this is the high that basically broke structure to the left here, to the highs. So we finally traded higher, leaving imbalance here. Then price came down, traded some of that imbalance, went into this area, which is where we are, but not before. I mean, before it came to us here, it went up, didn't break the high, did not break the high, and is trading lower. So we have this range going from this to this. So right here, we can maybe expect price to come just a bit down and then maybe shoot up again. It is running the highs here. You see that? You see that push down? Because this is an important high here. And then it would be this one pretty much. Would be the low. Okay, so we kind of created a fractal there, leaving up to the upside. These are actually the type of moves that we want to look for, this upside swing. So I'm paying really close attention to the 10-second chart on my end. To see if I can spot the range as well. All right, so one trade down. I took a trade. I should have went with my initial instinct that this was a range, but when I saw this break this so harshly, I really thought that that was a push up. But of course, our range is lower right now. And even though I think it's still gonna flip, I mean, I think it's still gonna go break some highs here before breaking these lows. I think it's gonna break highs before breaking the lows, especially these ones. We're still kind of thinking upwards. This is a much better entry here, but now we have to wait to see if we run the lows though, because it is trading lower. So one down. 120. That's not a good loss. All right, so we did break the highs. I was completely wrong about that. So we are trading lower. We're gonna have to wait because this might switch at any time, or it could really drop. We just might be dropping harshly. I mean, nobody ever knows. There's definitely the S&D zone here that we talked about. So maybe a little premature on this entry, but I don't know. It just seemed like it would work. I actually was surprised that it didn't. So that's a good sign. So we have this important low here as well. So we're gonna pay attention, see if we see flips on the lower time frames. Yeah, so we're getting some pullback from this area, although it's not trading higher yet. I'm gonna wait a little longer until we see a flip to the upside before we trade it, before we take any trades. Okay, we got the run of the lows here to the left. This S&D zone definitely could give us a push up as well as this one. This is more juicy in my opinion. This is definitely the kind of place where you actually look for longer profits, you know. We might take a really good trade if we are careful and follow our rules. That S&D zone right now being mitigated, run of the low. So definitely we're not gonna take a trade until we see the reversal up. But it could be a quick scalp before it trades lower. So we could still catch a move up as it's trading lower, because there's definitely gonna be some big support areas that wants to get, make a range pretty much. Our range right now would be, so with the run of these lows, this high, no, actually this high, and music is, we have a line, oh man. So this high, I don't know why it's so small, what the heck. So this high here, and this low now, where the purple line is, pretty much. That could be a place where price trades up towards, at least towards here. I mean, we could even run all the way, but we definitely can expect price to be bullish. I mean, not bullish, but at least go all the way to here, which is happening right now as we speak, actually. As we speak, we're going to the middle of this range, which is this line. Actually, I like that line and this line here. Well, let's just make it thicker. There's two lines. About 50% at least price is going towards. So basically here. Right there. This white line. You see, price is really trading upwards there. Once we saw the flip of structure, but I didn't see it in time. I was explaining that thing, but had I been on my 10-second chart, I would have seen, because it's very clear how it happened. So we are now considering ourselves at the mid bottom of the range. Okay, mid bottom. Like our bottom is like over here, and our top is like right here. Well, yeah, our bottom's here. So if we trade lower here, let's see. Yeah, this is gonna trade. You see that reaction? That's crazy. So now we can, if price is gonna break the lows and head to this area here, which is very probable. Right now we're kind of at the top of the range. But since the trend is more to the upside, this is actually the range right there. That's the range. All right, so we got a good idea of where we are, what's going on in our areas here. Let's do this. Let's just set a range here, set a top and a bottom. So we're at the bottom of our range. Because this is the high. Well, basically it's this one, actually. This is the range. Because this is the high. No. This. Yeah. That's the range. So price came back to that area, 50%. Now price is trading lower into our designated zone here. Double bottom though. So, oh, okay, nice, nice, nice. So this would have been a great trade. This would have been a great trade from here. We saw that 50% tapped, price broke the lows, but a lot of times price just hangs out on top here before going lower. But and the good news is that, yeah, we missed this drop, but now we can get this lift up here. So I took a trade, but a little bit late on the execution, just a tiny 1 second late. But you know, there is a strong force going up here. It's just very likely that I get stopped out before it goes, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm not upset about the trade. Could go my way, but the range is very small, and I don't want to increase my risk. Okay, so I got taken out again, and now we're going to this S&D zone, which is more likely to be a zone that we shoot off from. So we're gonna wait, see if we can get to the bottom of this range, maybe to this area before going higher. Well, again, this, I mean, you see, is like my stop loss. And although I did see on the 10-second chart a little bit of indication that there was a flip, I mean, there definitely is indication, but there was a fractal there left by this candle that pushed price lower. And of course, my range was too small, as you can see. But I'm glad I didn't get, you know, more loss. So I'm okay with it. there I wouldn't have done it because you see price never it it was definitely more indication this one. I just if I had pressed the button a little bit less, no, I don't think I would have gone it either way, even if I was very early on that, because I wasn't late per se that much. It was like a second. But now we definitely are watching out. Now we got the 70%. So we got this area here, or 75% almost. That was crazy. That was crazy. A little bit impatient, I guess. Um, this is a very bad day. This is very bad. But I actually don't feel bad. Like I think I'm onto something. That order was almost gone my way. I did not move my stop loss. I actually tried. I was on the 10-second chart moving my stop loss, but price didn't let me, guys. Like it just didn't let me. Um, so yeah, Nimoto. Okay, so now we got the flip going, but now we're scared, right? We already lost 2 times thinking, and I didn't even think it was a flip. I didn't. I just wanted to catch the quick moves up 5 points. And especially looking at the 5-second chart, it looks very promising uh, for a flip. But you see, like this one really looks like a flip. Like on the 10-second chart, it really does look like a flip. This is a 10-minute, but you see that? Where was the one I took? I think it was this one. Let's see. No, I guess it didn't look like a flip. It really didn't. Neither of them did. I was too impatient on both. Okay. Oh well. We're still alive. This might be time to call it quits. Yeah, it is time to call it quits. 320 in drawdown, that's a lot of money. So we're still down. No winning trades. Not a not an extremely bad day. The unfortunate thing is that we were onto something, and this this ended up being too much of a drop. I was impatient trying to catch a move up. Wasn't trying to catch a big move up, just 5 points. So I figured one of these resistant points would give me those 5 points. That wasn't the case. I did think we're going to trade higher. I think we're going to break these highs. We're going to leave these drawings for tomorrow, see what eventually happened. But, of course, my prediction is going to be run the highs. Maybe, okay, so let's see, we get a tap here again. We get a maybe a tap on this area here. And then finally run the highs. So something like that might play out for tomorrow. Well, for today. This might be a little ambitious because as volume goes down during the day, things settle down. So, could end up something like that, or maybe even like that, and then like, longer time frame, longer time. But in any case, we're just kind of like thinking what's going to happen in the long time frame. So bad day, but actually I don't, it's all right, because you know what? I've been trading like I traded today on sim accounts, and I've been doing really good. So it's just a matter of catching a good day, on this trading evaluation. And I think I will. Like, I'm not, the fact that I'm quitting now is it's a good way to make sure we don't lose the evaluation too quick, which would be the worst. That would be the worst if we lose the evaluation too quick. So we're still going. Catch me tomorrow for the next one. Peace.